My name is Unoma Nwankwor. I write Christian multicultural contemporary romances. Me and my readers agree that my stories are a mixture of faith, romance, and African flavor. Today, I'm so thankful to Tony for allowing me to use her space, and I'm going to read from my Christmas book, A Promise Fulfilled. So I'm going to give you a little background on it. A Promise Fulfilled is the first book in the Dubois-Arezi family novels. They are four siblings who live and work in Morocco, and they own a resort. So in this particular book, which is the first book, we follow the first sister. Her name is Yasmin Dubois-Arezi, and she comes back into contact with her childhood sweetheart, who is a second chance romance. So we all know that by now that he did not stick around for their first romance. He left. And so 18 years later, they're being reunited because of a Christmas concert that is sweet, that is so dear to her grandmother's heart. So here we meet Yasmin, and we meet an ace producer who is Kojo. He's from Ghana. Yasmin is from Morocco. And I'm going to start at a point where he's trying to get her to talk to him when he comes back to town after 18 years, and she obviously does not want to. So he's kind of like stalking her. So let's read. Okay. And in this scene, I'm going to start with him giving a speech at the children's hospital. So we're going to start now. The boy nodded. There were few murmurs between the kids before the head of the children's wing came in and gave another speech, ending the occasion. Kojo stood, and it was only when the kids clapped that Yasmin drew her attention away from the hospital's director. Kojo clenched his jaw. It was lunchtime, and Kwame and Anissa were in the resort activity center. Yasmin had had her little fun. Now he was going to get her to listen to him. That was very funny, Yaz, he said as they stepped out of the hospital. I have no idea what you're talking about. You wanted to sit down and talk, and I made that happen. You should be thanking me. She glanced at him before turning her attention back to her phone. Or celebrities don't talk to sick kids anymore? You know I have no problem talking to them, but that wasn't what I meant by when I asked for a sit down. They were now seated in the back of her town car as the driver drove them back to the resort. It wasn't? She feigned surprise. You know it wasn't. Kojo started to speak again when her phone rang. She answered, and based on her side of the conversation, the delivery of the auction items for the benefit was being delayed. No, I can't wait until next week. That's the week of the benefit. I want everything in tweeds before then. She ran her burgundy painted nails through her hair. She listened a few more moments, then let out a deep sigh. Okay, I'll have to send someone to Ephraim to get it. She hung up the phone. I didn't sign up for all of this, she murmured. He was sure she thought it was to herself, but he heard her. What's going on? She looked at him. Her hesitation couldn't be disguised. She looked at her watch and sighed. I'm going to have to take a trip to Ephraim. For the auction items? She frowned at him. Yes, Nosy. You do know that's rude. What, you wanted me to turn my hearing off? He chuckled. But anyway, why do you have to go? Because they have to be inspected, and since I am stuck with this benefit, and the other two people I can send are out of commission, I have to do it. It was his turn to frown at her. Stuck? I thought you liked beautiful eyes. What's going on, Yasmin? She turned away from him. He hoped she took his question as one of concern and not intrusion. They remained silent for a few moments. She looked at him. In that moment, he saw his friend, his love, the one that had pushed him away because he couldn't handle his own demons. She opened her mouth to speak, and in a split second raised his hope, only to dash it in the next when he heard her physically clamp up, when he saw her physically clamp up. Never mind. Where am I dropping you? I have to go. Her tone was laced with irritation. Isn't Ephraim about 3 hours away? He asked, ignoring her question. Yes, it's noon. If I leave now, I'll make it back by nightfall. But I have to get some things in order, so probably won't leave until 1 o'clock. All the while she was talking, she was sending a text. I can't allow you to go by yourself. That caught her attention. She paused and whipped her head towards him. Allow? Could you please? I'm not in the mood. I've already talked to Omar to go with me. What's with this fascination with me? If I recall correctly, you wanted me to stay in the past. Now you're trying to insert yourself into my present? She said, Look, Yasmin, there's a lot you don't understand, and I'm trying to right my wrongs. Why wouldn't you just let me do that? A simple conversation. Like I tried to talk to you all those times? She let out a labored breath. You said you were sorry. I said, okay. What else is there? Yeah, no, stop. What am I supposed to be? Your Christmas project? Am I your charitable deed? I'm good, Kojo. I did exactly what you asked me to do. Stay out of your way. Now you stay out of mine. After her rant, he let her be. He deserved her anger. He had been a real jerk to her, but he had his reasons. No excuses, but reasons. He pulled out his phone and sent Omar a text. He needed a favor. I hope you enjoyed that excerpt from A Promise Fulfilled. Once again, it is the first book in the Dubois family series. It is a Christmas book released in 2019. It is so dear to my heart. Here we meet Yasmin and her 3 other siblings, Mustafa, Omar, and Salma. You will see Omar next month by the grace of God. This book can be found on every retail platform you can get. Go out, go get it, and dive into these childhood friends who have been offered this second chance and see if they take it.